everybody. Welcome to Gotta Be Handmade Live. I'm Linda. I'm the YouTube personality behind the Gotta Be Handmade channel. I bring attention to handmade artists through my social media platforms. And tonight I have a fantastic artist joining me for a peekaboo. Now, you know, a peekaboo is a sneak peek at one handmade item from the handmade artist. But tonight I asked this wonderful artist to bring 3 of her fantastic pieces with her to show us during the peekaboo. So the peekaboo is usually 5 minutes or so, you know. But tonight it's going to be a little bit longer, just a couple of minutes, because I asked her to bring more than the one item. She has 3 fantastic items with her. Now let me introduce her. While I'm introducing her to you, make certain that you take the link and invite somebody to the peekaboo. Help me grow the group. Tell others about the fantastic artists and their wonderful things that you see right here. Her name is Laura Kemler. Laura is the CEO of Laura Luxley. Hi, Laura.
Hi. Hi.
Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so excited. I saw your products on Etsy. I was looking through Etsy searching for something, and I saw your wonderful things. Mm-hmm. They are baskets and bowls, but tell us briefly how you make them.
Well, I don't know if I could do it briefly, but I'll give you the Reader's Digest version.
All right.
So what I do is I hand dye premium quality cotton fabric. And I have different processes that I use to dye my fabric. I have pigment dyes. I use black tea. I use coffee grounds. Anything that has a real rich pigment to it, I try. So what I'll do is I'll take the fabric, I'll soak it in soda ash water for maybe 3-4 hours and kind of open up the pores of the fibers. And then I will do a shibori type folding technique with the fabric. It can be used with rubber bands. Sometimes I use string. I'll use marbles. I'll knot the fabric, and then I will dye the fabric. And sometimes it takes me a week to dye my fabric. Sometimes I'll put it through different dye baths. Sometimes it's cold dye. Sometimes it's hot dye. Sometimes I'll just let it just sit and watch and see what the evaporation process does and the ridges it creates. So it's a whole big process, but it's so much fun. As you can see my blue hands, I was dyeing blue fabric today.
Goodness, that is amazing. And you do that for every piece of fabric that you use?
I do. Hundreds of yards of fabric I've dyed. I use cotton muslin. I also use broadcloth. I've used linen before. So it's just some real good flour sack material I've experimented with. Just real good cotton fabric really takes the pigment, makes it real rich.
And you take that fabric and you put it together to make bowls and baskets.
Yep, the baskets. Yep. So what I do is I cut the fabric. I usually dye yards of 60 inches by 36 inches, and then I'll cut them into strips. I don't know if you can see. I cut it into strips, and it's all like variegated colors. So this is going to be part of my Great Lakes collection in the spring. And so all these different colors, I cut them into about 3/4 to a 1-inch strip, and then I wrap rope. So it's labor intensive, but then I'll wrap rope.
Yes.
So strip of fabric kind of gets wrapped around, and then it gets clamped at the end.
Oh my goodness. Now, Laura, where did you learn this technique from?
Well, I've been dyeing fabric for quite some time, and I used to teach it to kids at a camp, nearby camp. And so I started making fabric twine, and I started quilting with it. And a good friend of mine said, "Why don't you make some baskets out of them?" I was like, "That's a really good idea." So I started wrapping the rope. I kind of did some searches on YouTube, found some great channels. They had some great tutorials, and then I kind of put my own spin on it and then gave it my own little flavor. And I've been making them for about 2.5 years now.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Alicia. Thank you for joining us. Alicia is saying that is amazing. Now, Laura, show us some of your things.
Oh, this is the exciting part. Thank you so much, Linda. Well, I have several different items. This is a basket set. So this is a butterfly charm. It's a pendant that I hand sewn on there. And then on the inside, there are all sorts of like sherbet colors.
Yes.
Each color is a different dye bath. So there's about 4 dye baths in here.
Oh my goodness.
The matching basket. So this is a set. So this comes as a set. So I've got a small and a medium basket together.
Now, what can we use it for? Can we use it to place like on our dresser and we have our jewelry in it? Or can we put apples in it? Tell me some of the things we can do with it.
Yeah, so I have different sizes, and you can use the different sizes for different things. The smaller baskets, like this one I just showed you, people like to put their car keys in there, or throw some rings in there when they're washing dishes. Or some people will put candy in there and put it on their desk, paper clip. You name it. The little ones are very versatile, and some of them I have like inspiration charms on for like be brave or you're awesome, those type of charms. So it's a good reminder, you know, throughout the day when you glance at it.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Now the large one, what can we do with it?
Well, this is my large basket, and this has handles on it. So it's quite sturdy. You can see the colors on that.
Yes.
So this is awesome. This is a great, let's see, you can use this for a homework companion. You can put crayons in here. You can put your pencils, Post-it notes, highlighters, any little art supplies you can put in here. My good friend ripens her avocados in these baskets. You can put bananas in there. They're really soft, so they kind of cradle your vegetables. And I just think they're just very versatile.
Yes. Now you said your friend ripens her bananas in it.
And her avocados.
Can we wash them, or how do we care for them?
Perfect. It's a great question. I have a fabric care card that comes with each order, and it tells you how to take care of your basket. So I have one of these that comes in each order, and basically you can spot wash them, or you can rinse it under cold water and let them air dry. You don't want to put it through the washing machine because although the stitching would hold up, it might distort your basket and you would have to reshape it afterwards. But if they get really soiled, you use a mild detergent like Dawn dish soap or a baby fabric softener, baby soap, and just spot wash it and it'll come right off.
New messages from 7694.
So I don't use a protector on my baskets because I don't want any harmful chemicals to get on produce. I'll do that with my coasters. I'll spray my coasters so they're waterproof.
Okay. All right. Now, do you have custom orders if we have a specific size that we like? Or, and why I'm asking you that, is there a limit to the size that we can get from you?
Yes to both. I
Okay.
love custom orders, Linda. I love the challenge of creating something that somebody is going to love, that they have their heart set on. I get custom orders all the time, and I really love working with the customer. They tell me what they're looking for, and then I communicate back with them and say, hey, I got this fabric, or I can dye this fabric for you. And I'm in constant communication with them, so that way they get their ideal basket and what they're looking for. And as far as the size, I've made massive baskets before. I think one was maybe 2 feet wide, maybe by 1.5 feet high, and the woman was going to use it for her wedding to put her wedding programs in.
Yes. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my goodness. They
Mm-hmm.
are fabulous. I
Thank
just love
you.
them. Now, you know, it's the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
Who would we gift your baskets to? Would
Oh
we
my
gift
goodness.
this to a man, to a lady, to a tween, to a teenager, to a child? Tell me what customer would really like this as a gift and which one?
All ages. I have daughters. I have 2 daughters, and my youngest daughter puts her hair ties in the little baskets. I have these little mini baskets. Those are
Yeah,
great for stocking stuffers. You can put your hair ties in them, or barrettes. They're great gifts for coworkers, so they can put loose change in, or a little mint on their desk.
yeah,
Some of the bigger baskets that I have here, um, this can go like in a gentleman's study.
yeah.
This has an anchor on it. My best friend's dad uses his to empty out his pockets at night and put it on his dresser. So all ages, anybody, if you have stuff that you need to put stuff into and you don't have anything, a basket. I've got some for mail for people. My sister bought one of these to put her mail in on her desk.
Yes.
Bills, envelopes. So anybody, really. A toy basket's like a toy dump basket for toddlers. So
Oh, they
anybody.
are amazing. Yes, I can see that. They are amazing. I just
Oh,
love
thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Beautiful work, and I'm so glad you joined me tonight.
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for asking me.
Now, everybody, don't worry. As soon as we finish broadcasting, I'm going to put the link to Laura's shop underneath the video in the feed, and you will be able to contact her, ask her any questions that I didn't get a chance to ask, and you can visit her Etsy shop. I'll place the link also on the banner, and you'll be able to see it later. It will stay there until the next Peekaboo interview. Thank you, Laura.
Oh, thank you so much, Linda. Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays.
Everybody, thank you for joining me. Thank you for your questions, Alicia. And again, please share the link to the group. Invite other people to join us to see these fantastic artists and their wonderful handmade products. Because for the best, it's just gotta be handmade. Bye-bye.
Bye.